Yeah, great. So if you have any question, you can just drop a chat or raise your hand so we're all on the same page. Or you can, when you can interrupt me, you can just, yeah, if you have a question, okay, this webinar. So the thing is this. Now, AI is impacting a lot of industries, including the interior design and furniture making industry. And we want to share with our community to let them take advantage of this and see how they can begin to use this to revolutionize whatever they're doing and make their work easier, kind of make their CAD easier. So CAD is computer aided design, CAD is computer aided drawings, and there are a lot of them out there. And I'm sure Mata is going to say some of those things, right? There are a lot of computer aided drawings that have a lot of design, and they are all beautiful. They have wonderful features. But we find one of them that is, and there's a whole lot of AI powered CAD software too out there. But we found one that we found very, very useful, and we feel that okay, if people explore it, it could make their work really easier because of a lot of features that it has. Now, it's not like it doesn't solve all the problems per se like that. It has a whole lot of solutions like that brought to the industry, and they are quite more. Now, before now, these things are so AI is like being well, based on my own knowledge. Really, I don't really know much. I'm just saying based on what I know that AI has been like in existence for a long time, but I think at this moment it has now been democratized in the sense that it has now been made available for a lot of people to access. Now, these furniture companies that you are seeing right here, these furniture companies that you are seeing right here, they are very big brands that have been using technology to do their visualization of their products. Some of you will know at least Ashley is very, very common. So some of you will know some of this brand here. I don't know if any of you know are familiar with some of these brands that are on my screen. Any of you familiar with any of these brands? Any brand that you, if you know any brand here, you just let me know if there's any brand here that you're familiar with. Ashley, Furniture of America, Home Decor, The Room Place, a Signature Kitchen, Hansen. So all these brands are brands that have been using this technology to sell their product, to visualize their product. And they are very, very big brands. And they've been using this technology to visualize their product, to sell their product, to create an interface for people to see their product, visualize them, and engage with them, and they make sense. But now this same technology is now available for everybody to use now, not just the big brands. Now it's not available for anybody who wants to use it to leverage their visualization. Visualization is very, very key if you are in the interior design industry or furniture making industry. Your ability to digitally communicate your ideas will go a long way to close sales, go a long way to make you to be trusted by the client. And most of these traditional CAD software
is vertical or horizontal, and the resolution 300 is.
Most of these software that we have today, they are a bit kind of complicated to learn, and they are not bit kind of easy. You need to have been advanced, you need to have used a lot of CAD software to be able to use them. But this is kind of very, very different, and that's what we're sharing with you. And I have my friend on the call, who is also part of our community, and she'll be sharing with us. She'll be sharing with us what she has been able to do. She'll be sharing her portfolio with us on this call. Rachel is on this call. Rachel will be sharing her portfolio, sharing what she has done with this, and she'll also be telling us her story about how she's doing her job, how she's getting her clients, how she's doing her designs, and all of that. You get so Omotayo is here. She will to share with that with us. You will see her portfolio. She sent her portfolio to me right now. It's over close to a 40-page portfolio, and is something that she has been able to do using this tool. Now let me move to my next slide. Now, this is what you can do with this tool, which is a very, very good one. You can prepare your quotation and your CAD drawings. Now, your CAD drawings are your computer-aided drawings. Now, traditionally, you can see what you are seeing on my screen. You can see drawings with dimensions. These drawings with dimensions, traditionally, if you use traditional software, you have to draw and draw and draw and draw. All of these things will be auto-generated for you when you take advantage of this AI. It will be auto-generated for you. You can see elevation drawings, you can even see ceiling plan, you can see all of these are generated for you. They are generated automatically, and that saves a lot of time. It saves a lot of time. It saves a whole lot of time for you to do this. Then you can use it to your production drawing, what we call your shop drawings, and all of that. Then you can also generate your quotation. You can auto generate your quotes. So when you work on an interior design project or any home solution project, so this design tool is an home solution design tool. It's an home solution design tool that you can use to generate drawings and even quotes. So you can auto generate your quotation in Excel, your bill of materials, and you just add your cost to it. So once you have done a design and you have done everything you need to do, you just auto generate your quotes. It makes things really easier, and it's very, very easy. It comes with all the pictures, the dimension, and all the pictures of your drawings. It comes all of that, and these are auto generated. They are auto generated for you. Also, there's what we call the enterprise. So there are different packages in this design tool, and depending on the stage you are as a business owner or as an entrepreneur, or depending on the stage that you are, you'll be able to. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. So, Rachel, once you are speaking, you can turn on your camera. You don't have to. Thanks. So you can. There's an enterprise digital adject where you can have your own. You can have your own catalogs. You can have your own materials. So those people that are into, many people have not even started using this right now. This is um, this is this is a game changer, really. This is like the future. Anybody who is able to start doing this, especially in this part of the world, in Nigeria, they will be leading in whatever they are doing. Anybody that is into manufacturing, those who are into wardrobes manufacturing, kitchen manufacturing, those people who have furniture manufacturing, you get, if they can take advantage of this, they will be ahead. And sincerely speaking, currently in Nigeria right now, where I don't know of any brand, there might be a few people that are trying to do this right now. See, there are different company that does this really, but this is just one of the company. One is just one of the company that have this tool, and you can use it as an individual. So in terms of your catalog, if you are selling furniture, you can have your own catalog of your product, your modules, or everything. You can have everything organized together. You get, for your manufacturing, for your production purpose, you can have all your standard modules of your production line. You can have them in the catalog. You can have everything easy for you to generate your code, for you to do your design, all of that. This is just what technology has done. And in back here in Africa, especially sub-Saharan Africa, people are not taking advantage of this yet. So anybody who is going to be smart, study this, learn this, not use it for their own game, they will just be on edge. That's just the truth. That's just the truth. They will just be on edge. In traditional software that we have, most of the traditional software, it takes a lot of time for you to design your project. Some of the users that are not friendly. Like, if you are not very, very detailed this day, like I tell people who don't have architectural background, that don't start out learning Revit. Revit is a very, very powerful. Autodesk Revit, SketchUp, they are very, very powerful tools. Very, very industry powerful tools. But if you don't have an architectural background and you want to start out with those tools, you might get stuck. So I always advise people to start with a tool that's like this, that's user-friendly, easy to use. You get what I'm trying to say? You can easily visualize, you can drag and drop and all of that. When you start with this tool, you can now go to those advanced tools like Revit or SketchUp. You get, most people don't know that, and they are missing out on a lot of easiness to quickly visualize their products quickly. That is there. You can do your kitchen and bathroom custom furniture. I think Rachel is going to share more about that for us, really, because Rachel has explored this. Why we're having Rachel on this course is because she has explored this. Even if I will be fair with myself, there's some areas she has explored more than me. So this is about exploration. See, all of this CAD software, all of this tools, is the earlier the better. You cannot, if you start today, it will take you time to be someone that has started using it last year, because it's like exploration, because you will keep exploring new things. And even those that people that formed it, that designed it too, they are making modification every day. They're making some new changes. So the earlier you join, the better you'll be able to explore the tool. You get what I'm trying to say? So, for example, Rachel has been able to explore some things that I have not explored yet. And that's why I'm having her on this course to share with us some of the things she has been able to do with this. So you can custom, like most people don't know. So when it's beginners start using home, some of them will be stuck and say, I cannot do custom item, I'm stuck. I can only drag and drop. I can't do a lot of things. They are stuck. I can't do a lot of things there. So, but there's a lot you can do. There's a lot you can do, but the earlier you explore it, the better for you. Now, there's a whole lot of things you can do with AI. You can easily integrate some of these things to your website. You can integrate if you are selling any home solution products, any home solution product, whether furniture, whether light. You can integrate this with your website and sell your product. You can integrate with your Shopify and all of that. A lot of people are not using this yet. You get, so it's a good time to explore it. It's a good time to start and be an edge and to become competitive. When you use this, you can also you can create your kitchen. You're going to sell more. You're going to engage with one of your clients. It's it has a very nice user interface, and you are going to be able to convince your client to see your finishes. You can edit things, doors, windows. It's very easy to engage. Like I said, you can integrate with Shopify. These are the very advanced type of this tool that a lot of people have not really explored yet. There are traditional software that does that, but this is one of the software that does that without you paying so much. You can integrate. So if you can have your own custom list of your own pieces, your product. You can integrate your own kind of furniture, like the pieces that you make. This is not limited to furniture. I'm not using furniture, for example. So it could even be what do you call it? It could even be like any home solution. It could be bathroom. It could be anything that you are doing. So with that, you can integrate it to your website and all of that, and you have everything all together, and you can manage a whole lot of things integrated with it. You look at things like this, augmented reality, where people want to buy your product, they see how your piece looks like, they look at it. I'm sure some of you will have seen it in some e-commerce website. Now, the beauty about this is before now, you need to be very take care. You need to be a big brand to use some of these things. But now, if you're ready to make the necessary investment, you can use some of these tools. If you're ready to make the necessary investment, you can use some of these tools. By making the necessary investment, you can use some of these tools, integrate it with your website, and you're good to go. You just have to make some necessary investment and connect it to your website and create your own catalog, create your own product line. For example, now you can have a product line of 5 items, 10 items. It could be furniture, it could be lighting, it could be wall finish, it could be sanitary ware, it could be anything. You can have your own product, and with the right investment, you can integrate it to your website. Your customer can see your things. It just give them an edge, because we live in a tech-driven age. People are moved by what they see, visuals. So if you don't know how to visually convey your idea very well, you'll be missing out on a lot of things. And anybody who's going to put their foot here first, they are going to be leading. And so we're in an age whereby you might not even have, let me tell you something, guys. You might not even have, you might just be an interface. It depends on what you want to do. You might be at the back end, like you are doing more of maybe production. You might just be, okay, for example, let me give you guys an example. I know of one guy that has a platform that connects people to this, what they call this thing? These small chops. Small chops. The person does not make small chops. right? It does not make small chops, but it connects who makes it, just create that interface for it. So you don't have to like make one of some of these home solutions. You might not be the one that will be selling the throw pillows or the furniture or the light or the fittings or the wallpaper or the curtains or any of those home solutions. You might just be the one to create the interface and have people that produce it, and you are, because this is the reality. This is the future really, and it's not the reason. The beauty about this is it's not for big companies now. Before now, it's for people that have like big companies and all of that. Now you can just invest a couple of few in 100,000 or like a 6 digit or 7 digit or a few hundred thousand, maybe like less than a million or a few million, and you're able to do this thing with this technology because they are not accessible to everybody. They are not accessible to everybody to use. Next, so these are some of the visuals that you can create. You can create video. You can create video of animation. Now, before doing animation, okay, it's some of us that are using traditional software. We know how difficult it is to make animations, but now you can make an animation in a jiffy, like within 24 hours. Even though it does render it within 24 hours and even instantly. So there is a option that you can do within 24 hours. There's another one that you can do within minutes. So the one that you can do within 24 hours is high resolution. But before then, to do animation, you have to have a very strong system around that. But all of these things is now in there to do, and it makes your client to really trust you more and to go for you. You get now. There's another thing called photo studio. These are some of the features that have not a lot of us have not explored yet. You get these are some of the features in it, and the earlier you explore it, the earlier you join it, because you cannot like these things are some of these things that things that, like I said, there are things that you have to start now and explore so that you can start growing in it. You know what I'm trying to say? If you don't start now, you will have seen a lot of us have explored it a whole lot, and that's why we are making this campaign for you to start that journey. And why we are doing that because we are also here. If you need our support to guide you through, we are here to do that. And if you think you want to like explore it on your own, fine, it's good. But we are making that campaign now. So the choice is: do you want to try it out, or do you want to come to us to like guide you through that process? But there's a whole lot you can do. Now, if you are in the home solution or the interior solution, whether it doesn't have to be furniture, it can be anything inside the house, lighting, furniture, anything. Now, instead of you getting people to come and hiring a camera person to come and snap picture of your product, you can do a photo studio generated in the. You don't have to have a space. You can generate a photo studio digitally with your own products, your product line, and begin to push them out as content. Begin to push that out to your client. So you cannot just have a warehouse where you store things, where you keep things, your items, but because you don't have that space for you to come and checking all your product catalog and all of that. They can check it digitally without any distance barrier and all of that. That is what you can get using this solution. So this is how it works. You choose a product, you add it to a scene, and you render. So that product will be your own product, it'll be your own your product. You can so this one of the things about this software is that you can make products, you can have models from other softwares, maybe from SketchUp. You can even model from scratch here. Richard's going to tell us about that. Richard has been exploring that. He's going to tell us about that. You can model from scratch, you can model your own piece, because one of these we should need to know that if you are in the home solution, one of the things that will make you stand out that you need to have your own products. Doesn't mean that you have to have a 100% copyright to that product. You need to have your own line of product. Any home solution you are doing, you can't be selling every type of furniture. You can't be selling every kind of light. You can't be selling every like. You need to have your own. We call it catalog. That's what people call catalog, right? So you have your catalog. You can have a photo studio for them that is computer generated. So it's going to look something like this. So you can have them in different scenes. These are the capabilities of this AI tool, power tool. These are the capabilities of them. You get these are the capabilities of them. You can have them as real. And when you say the they'll think maybe you start it in the studio. Nobody will say it's computer generated because it's going to look very real, as if it was snapped by by high definition camera and all of that. You get this is not limited to furniture. Any home solution that you're offering, interior solution rather. You get so and like I said, like I tell people, you can use all of some of these things for advertisement for your social media content. creation. You can push a lot of content because people need to see inspiration. So content, this is easy to generate content, even if you're not using it for designing for a project, a real life project, which you can use to. You can use to generate your content. So I've talked about the photo studio, 3D visual, and inspiration. One of the things that even Rachel taught me, Rachel is going to share with us. You can even use it for your mood board. You can use it for your mood board. You can use it for your mood board and all of that. So the earlier you explore this, the better. The earlier you can have photorealistic image generated from this. And the earlier you join, the more you can explore because it's so wide. I myself, I'm not being able to explore everything that is in this AI tool. I'm still doing some of the basic things there, and I'm using it to generate a lot of traffic to my own furniture business, to my own design business. You get. So it's kind of easy to use. You can draw your floor plan. The floor plan is the basic anybody can do. You don't need to learn AutoCAD to draw a floor plan. You can draw floor plan quick, and that's one of the least things that anybody can do. Even if you are going to outsource your 3D, drawing a floor plan should not be somebody that won't do your 3D for you. They will need a floor plan. Floor plan is one of the basic things that I noticed that most people who are in industry they cannot even do. Not because they want to, maybe they don't have the tool to use that, all of that. You get, and you can also there's also an AI template that can generate things for you in AI. You can generate you can when we say this is an AI powered design tool, most people used to think because there's a lot of AI tools out there that they are very, very how would I put it? Is it mechanical? So they're very, very automated that you just put a picture of your space. No. This one has that, but it has more than that. You can draw from scratch. You can design your room from scratch. You can draw your floor plan and place your things. It doesn't automatically design a space for you. It has that package, really. There's a package of that. If you want to just quickly, it has that package. But you can design whatever you want. Also, when Rachel is going to share a slide and a couple of minutes, you will see what she has done. And everything she did it, she customized it for her project. You get what I'm trying to say? So I don't know if you have any question here. I will begin to speak into up. Then also, okay, before I move on, let me talk about this. You can also work with other software like SketchUp or 3D Max, Revit. You can work from the software and import. You can import CAD drawings. You can import SketchUp drawings. You can import different formats and bring it here and render here because this has a very, very powerful rendering solution. So it connects to other software too. So not when you're using it, you cannot work from other software. You can work from other software and import it here and bring it here and work on. So it has like an interconnectivity thing. So these are renderings from it. It's so this the name of the design tool is Chrome. You can check it out. It's cool. You can do your 3D visualization. You can do your and that's a lot of library. That's a lot of library that a lot of model that you can pick from and use for your design. And Handistery has been in partnership with Chrome to train people, and that's why we are doing this. Chrome sent us this slide to use to inspire more people to use their tool. And we notice that a lot of people still need to be guided to use it, and that's why we are partnered with Chrome, and we will be guiding anybody that wants to explore the tools. There's a whole lot that we ourselves not going to explore in this tool, and some people are going to explore more. So, but it's the future of computer aided design. It's a brought a lot of solution, a lot of innovation to the way things are done in terms of speed, in terms of rendering, in terms of quality, in terms of easiness to use all of these things. That's brought all of them to the industry. And a lot of people are not using it yet. A lot of people even some big firms are not using it yet. You know what I'm trying to say? Anybody that will be able to like take the lead in it, they will just be ahead. They will be leading. It's a lot of work, really. I won't lie to you. It's a lot of work because it's going to cost you a lot of investment. You're going to do a lot of training for your staff, for yourself, because it's going to be because you are changing. You are changing the way things are done normally. But if you do it, like if you put your head there and do it well, you're going to be leading in your own niche, in whatever you're going to be leading. You're going to be ahead of your own niche. So that is and they're in the US, they're registered in the United States. They are in more than 12 countries, their staff. and they are globally. They don't have much friends in Africa. You can see. we are like one of their mouthpiece in Nigeria currently. You get, but they are really doing fantastically well. They brought a lot of innovation to interior designing, and anybody who is patient enough and don't to learn, to explore, they are going to lead in their industry. So I welcome question why I try to download Richard's. Richard, you can get ready. While if there's any question here, why I try to open Richard's file. If anyone
Okay,
has a
so
question, you can
you want me to
quickly
start
ask.
now?
Okay, okay. Richard, before you speak, please if there's any question, if anybody has a question for me, Richard will be sharing our portfolio with us right now, and she'll be sharing our portfolio with us. So let me share my screen. Okay, I think I'm assuming there are no questions, so let me just share Richard's. So Richard, over to you. I hope I have. I hope I have this.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah. Slideshow.
So my name is Omotayo Rachel. I studied urban and regional planning from Obafemi Awolowo University. Before I practiced for a while in architecture, focused more on exterior designs using several design softwares like Revit, ArchiCAD, V-Ray, and yes, basically that. Before I now specialized, channeled all my energy into interior design. So interior design and urban planning, architecture, they are all similar in the same way.
Richard,
They
your
all...
video is not on. Hope you know. Just so you know.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah, it'd be nice for them to see your face so that they know that it's not an AI that is talking.
Can you see me now?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, yeah. So basically all three fields, they are all similar. They are all rooted in space management, space modification, beautification of spaces to give this functional and to give functionality and aesthetics, very important when managing spaces and designing spaces. So basically, what inspired me into interior design? So well, if anyone would agree with me, exterior design is not really as fun as interior design. I've done a lot of that, both outdoor designs, that's our landscape architecture, and basically outdoor exterior designs of buildings. But venturing into interior design, I realized that interior design was more fun. Especially when you are doubling as both the designer and the decorator, choosing your textiles, using all these objects, materials, finishings, furnishings to actually translate the designs, the theme, the concept you have in your head, making a space, determine how people feel, their mood, their emotions. Yeah, a well-designed space can actually calm and soothe a troubled person. Well, and also in another way, a poorly designed space can even make like life difficult for people, for the end users, for people utilizing the space. And there's this joy you have when you design a space. And aside from it being aesthetically pleasing, people, it's so functional. People can actually access their things easily. They can go about their activities easily. They can do whatever they want to do in their space, achieve the goal that the space was designed for easily without stress, and they're able to do all of this. At the same time, the space is also looking beautiful. So yeah, I would say that's what actually inspired me into interior design. So my journey so far, my software journey so far, I've explored a whole lot of softwares for designing, a whole lot. And like what Mr. Boyga said the other time, you experience the hard ones, the difficult ones, and at the same time you experience the easy ones. And what's the goal of us having technology is to make life easy for us. There's no point when we have this innovation in a particular field and people are still struggling with it. I think that's one problem, one challenge I see about Revit. With every update in Revit, life gets more difficult from the process of installing it, from the installation phase. At every point, it gets more challenging with Revit. I don't know if it is to give them this competitive advantage in the market, but in the real sense of it, it's not really having that competitive advantage, because the more they make it difficult for people to use, the more it is limited to the professionals using it. But at the same time, it limits their target market, because over the years, after I used Revit to a particular point where I just realized that no, I'm not doing this anymore, I switched to ArchiCAD. ArchiCAD is beautiful with the building information model system. Their BIM is wonderful, but they have their limitations too, because they don't really support so many plugins for designs. So all these CAD softwares, they have their own limitations, they have their advantages, but at the same time, well, I would say some of them, they have where their peculiar use actually give them their advantages too. But at the same time, it shouldn't be that difficult for the end users. As an interior designer, as an interior designer rather, you might not care much for exterior designs standards, adhering to strict standards in architecture. And if someone like you ventures starts your journey with Revit, it would really, really discourage that individual, and it would set them back a very, very long way. That's when you see people just dragging pictures from Pinterest, assembling pictures together to try to like convey their concepts to the client. Whereas you should be able to use your softwares to design your actual concepts according to the space, with every tiny detail to the minute detail, to be able to do that and represent everything to the clients. So that's basically it for my journey in using other softwares, until I stumbled on Handistery. Yes, it was a changer for me. I was hesitant in the beginning because I had this okay, let me say I had this belief of weird bias towards AI CAD softwares. You know, this robotic look you get when I don't know if anyone is familiar with Lexicon or Lexica, I can't remember. So you can use words to generate images from Lexica. So I actually had that impression of what Chrome is going to be. So I was so hesitant towards. I hesitated a lot. It took a lot of back and forth with Mr. Boyega. I was like, just tell me this software so I can do my research about it. So I wasn't so thrilled to actually commit to it until I said, okay, let me give it a shot. And let me give it a shot. Like, what do I stand to lose? Even if it's what I don't want, at least it's an added knowledge for me. So I keyed into it and I started, and so far the journey has been bliss, has been wonderful. I took my time to look through the softwares and all of that. And I'm an information sponge. Once I set my heart to something to learn it, I make sure that I commit to the last of my effort. I commit it to it. So it's going to take blood, sweat, not blood, literally, metaphorically. So it's going to take blood, sweat, and gnashing of teeth. But in the long run, you're going to do wonderfully well with it. So my advice to beginners, so upcoming designers in the field, is that don't be in a rush. There's this temptation that, okay, oh, I have a job coming on, let me quickly learn this software so I can do this job. No, you're not going to get much of it, because you're going to be under this pressure you're not learning to know at that point. You're learning to use, and you're not going to really, really get much out of it. So I think people should actually commit to learning, to knowing it first, before you start thinking about the using it, before you start using it for real clients, for your real jobs and all of that. In the end of it, in the long run, that's what it's going to be for, basically. That's what you're going to have it for. But that time, that waiting phase where you have to like sharpen your skills, know what you're doing with this software, it is essential. Otherwise, you are just setting yourself up for failure, because you find out that you end up coming back to school that, okay, you thought of so at this, what do I do here? And I'll tell you for free that it's not logical for you to spend so much money to learn a software, to commit that much time to it, and at the end of the day you are still giving out projects to someone to do your 3D for you, to do your designs for you. It doesn't make any sense. And the only way you can avoid that is to commit time into practice. Yes, all of us, we are working, we're all about the money, we need the money, yes. But you coming to learn something, you making that decision that I have to learn this software, it means you have made that commitment mentally before physically, before to commit to learn that thing, that particular thing. So you can learn how to use it, not just learn it to say, oh, okay, I've ticked this box. You just tell people, I can do 3D, I can do 3D. Then you end up contracting it out to people. It doesn't make any sense. It's unfair to yourself. It's a waste of time. It's unfair to your instructors. It's even unfair to your career in the long run. So, yeah, basically what I'm just trying to say is that by making that effort to come to learn Chrome, you have actually made that decision that you're going to commit to it and you're going to learn it through and through. Thank you very much. Yeah, so Mr. Boyega, is this when I go into my portfolio?
Yes, please, you can. Thanks for the good introduction.
Oh, you're welcome. Please, can you display the portfolio so I can speak to it?
Yeah, can you see the screen? I'm already sharing it.
Mm. Okay. So
Can you
it's
see the
basically a
screen?
yes.
Should I
It's
move?
basically a collection of all my designs. So the first plan is for the bar, but I added other designs to, like, for you to see other things I've done. So this bar you're saying, that's the plan in the beginning. But Mr. Agboiwa, yeah, the introduction, the cover page. Are
Yeah,
you there?
I'm there. Yes.
Yes, the cover page.
This?
No, the cover page. Yes, this. Thank you. So yes, so I feel as an interior designer, you should not just be limited to, okay, I can design this, I can design the spaces. You should also improve yourself. You should go a step further by learning how to package your drawings, your designs, all your designs when you're sending it out to clients. It doesn't speak well of you to go to say just normal office, Microsoft Office, and compile your drawings and just put them into one document and send it like that and give you one title. So as an interior designer that knows what you're doing, you should be able to have this even the basic knowledge of graphics design for you to be able to put your drawings together and give it this very, very beautiful package when you send it out. So this is something I put together for today, but believe me, this is like an example of how I send out my drawings to my clients. So the next page, please. Stagbeg, are you there? Hello? Hello? Is there a break in transmission? What's going on?
Can you see the screen? I've started sharing it.
Oh, okay. So can you move to the next page?
Am I back?
Yes, I can see your screen, but can you move to the next page? Okay, yeah. So this is giving a brief introduction. This is giving a brief introduction to the concept I adopted for the design, giving a little talk about what the concept I adopted, the materials, the color palette, and furniture and the lighting. So although this is just an introduction to what it is, but this does not replace your mood board and your BOQ. Your mood board is still very, very important. Your bill of materials is also important. That is where you actually go into details, all these things. The color palette you use, the materials you use, you put little pictures of these materials for them to see the type of wood, the type of wall finish, the type of ceiling finish, the type of lightning bulbs, the temperature of your lightning bulbs. You can go as much as detailed as you want it to be. You can go that detailed with it. So next page, Mr. Wega. Mr. Wega, are you there? Hello? Thank you, sir. Are you there? Mr. Wega, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I need to move to the next page. Also, I think the network is quite bad. I don't know what's happening.
All right, let me share again. Let me share again. Okay, it's not I'm Are you trying to share from your hand?
No. I don't know what's
It's not
going
allowing me
on.
to share. It's saying that multiple.
Okay,
Okay,
so
let me allow multiple to share.
is it possible to share it to the students' DMs? I can speak briefly to it, then they'll see after the class. I mean after the webinar. Is that possible?
If you it's your portfolio, if you want to, no problem.
No, it's open to it's even advertises what I do more. So
No
you can
problem. It's
share it.
fine, fine. I don't have an issue. Since you're if you are good with that, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with it. You can share it with the students.
So
So
I'll do that. I'll do that
okay,
now.
so just speaking to the portfolio, in the portfolio you see a collection of all my designs, both from residential designs to commercial designs, where you have the office design, then you see the recreation designs where you have the bar and a concept studio, a mini concept studio, content studio rather, you see all those designs there. And all of this I achieved with the use of Chrome. A lot of my furniture rather, I didn't have to import furniture from other 3D models. I designed my furniture with custom modeling. So for people into furniture design, so I think that would really come in handy for you, because it's not really easy switching from home. While as you're working at home, you are switching to SketchUp to do your furniture design, then importing it to Chrome when you can just do everything in Chrome. That's one thing about it. Then, as Mr. Gwega has told you, my construction drawings, my bill of quantities rather, everything is automated on it. So these are advantages that you see on Chrome compared to other design softwares. Then cloud rendering, very, very fast and easy. You don't have to wait for hours to wait for your rendering to happen, to wait to get your pictures, to get your images. In a matter of minutes, you are done. And once you are done, you can even go extra, going into your picture editing. The picture, it has its own picture editing features similar to Lightroom, if you are familiar with photography editing in applications. You'll see that under the beautify section in Chrome, in the rendering feature, there are aspects where you can actually go further and do some post-production editing on your images. So yeah, that's basically that about designing in Chrome. Then, well, coming to class, actually, that's where you learn about a lot of tips and tricks when it comes to Chrome, because not everything can be discussed in the webinar. And not everything can actually be taught. We can't actually open the student's head and impact all the knowledge, but with the full commitment and effort on the student's part, you will learn everything you're supposed to learn. More, you will learn so much that you'll be so surprised at how much you're so surprised at what you can achieve with the software, and it will really help. It will go a long way for you as a designer, as a furniture designer, an interior designer, a decorator, because it gives you that edge over others in the industry. It gives you that edge whereby the clients can actually see what you are going to be giving to them beforehand. So believe me, that is one competitive advantage that you have over other competitors in the industry. So I'm really, really happy for this opportunity to be able to speak to this group, and I hope as I trusted in Handistery and committed to learn from them, and I've been able to achieve so much in my career through Handistery. I hope you people too will be able to achieve that with them too. Thank you very much. My name is Omotaya Rachel, and I'm an interior design visualizer.
All right. Thank you so much, Richard. Yeah. So that's it. These are some of our works. I hope you can see my screen. I'm really impressed. We're really impressed at Handistery. Really, we're impressed. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Richard, am I sharing your screen? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Really, why we brought Rachel on board this afternoon as we bring this webinar to a close is because we're really impressed in what she's doing, and we did this because we also want to inspire a lot of people out there that there's nothing that you cannot achieve really, if you can take advantage of the technology. And I don't know, Rachel will be able to tell, but how the financial profiting that has done for her with the investment of compared to the investment she made to even learn, to have access to learn and not doubt the fact that this is one of these AI tools and all of that. You get, it's mind blowing, and we were really inspired. We were inspired by our achievement, and we felt we need to share our story with the community, for people who want to really listen and take advantage of this technology to make their work easier and all of that. Then also, she'll also be joining us on board in some of our classes, because we have, so this is something that you can decide to like do your research and learn on your own if you are very, very good and you have that time and all of that. But you might be stuck at some point, really, and that's why we're here. So that you don't have to go through a longer time to get something, and we are here to like give you that guidance. And Rachel will also be available for that because we want her to come and share our knowledge with. For example, our current interior design students, Rachel will be taking some sessions because I personally, as an instructor, I'm really intrigued by what she has been able to do, and I'm like, oh, you can't know this thing and just keep it to yourself now. Let's share it with our community members and let other people learn from you too. I am also eager to learn from her, really. So really, because it's really, really very, very inspiring. You can see the quality of the work. Anybody who sees work out there, they will not know that she's an AI. So they will think it's those very, very high-end V-Ray, Studio Max, those powerful that you have to use a machine to render. But she did all of these things using Chrome, really. And I'm sure Chrome will be proud of her. Rich, I'm going to tell Chrome about you, really. I'm sure Chrome is going to be proud of her for what she's able to do with the tool. It's really, really inspiring for me. To be fair with you guys, I've not seen this level of work in most of the learners I've taught in the past years. I've not seen this level of detailing and portfolio. And so we're going to share. She wants to market herself, so we're going to share this. Even though she didn't brand some of these pictures, but she wants to share it with you guys. So we're going to share it on the platform. You guys can reach out to her if you feel that you want someone to do a 3D visual for you. Maybe while you are trying to master it, I'm sure she'll be your go-to person. So we're going to share this our portfolio on the platform. Everybody can see it. But please help us maintain our copyright. So anywhere you don't go and use our pictures somewhere, give kudos to her, like we are doing right here. You get so these are some of our jobs. I'm really, really like super impressed. Rachel, I'm really, really proud of you. Thank you so much for showing up this evening. Thank you for making Handistery proud.
Thank you so much for having me too. Thank you.
Yeah. So we've come to the end of this webinar.